Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Terrence Ray, and I'm back at you with another weekly stock market update. Last week, we kind of stayed within the range. Showing you the S&P 500. This is the SPX. If you're looking at it, you'll see maybe back from what we gapped up on September 19th. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put this little box on here. You can see that we've been in this little range right here, right? This is where we are. Now the expected move for the week is about 87 bucks. I do believe last week, if I'm not mistaken, it was right around 65 or 67, something like that. You can go back and look at last week's video to double check, but we basically stayed within the range. This week it's about 87 bucks, so it's a little bit more. Now I want to show you, I just put that box on there. Let's remove it just so it make it easier to see on the screen. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Right here we have a hammer candlestick, right? I always reference it like Thor's hammer. And you can see, so whenever you see this hammer candlestick, it's almost like an easy way for me to remember is like taking something and beating it. So basically, this candlestick like beating the market upwards. So when you see a candlestick like that, we tend to think that technical analysis that we're going to continue to go up as the market opens up next week. Now I'm gonna drop my indicators on and let's see what it looks like. So if we look at the bottom down here on my stochastic, the green line is getting ready to cross over this purple line, which is also bullish. And you can see here is my 9-day um, simple moving average right here, and it wicked and held above it. So I'm expecting on Monday or Tuesday to break this high right here. And we can see, and I'm almost willing to bet, and I am betting that the market will get up here right around the expected move and stall a little bit. One of the reasons why I think the market saw the S&P 500 to go up, even though this will be all-time highs, is let's go look at the NASDAQ. The QQQ has a similar candlestick. But with it, you still have a gap right here that wasn't completely filled. So I do think that the triple Qs will go up and run higher to at least fill this gap. Now, I don't think that it may go up and hit these levels. It's possible, but I do think it'll go up and fill this gap. So next week, I'm just leaning a little bullish as far as what I think the market is gonna, where it's gonna go, right? And what I've done is based on that, I found a few stocks, just, running through some scans that I like. So let's go over these little weekly plays. What I call it. Got Airbnb, um, gapped up on Friday. See right here, crossed over on my stochastic. So it's possible for Airbnb to possibly, you can see right here, it was down here in a range for what, a little over a month. That's about a month staying in this range. Broke out, pulled back a little bit. Maybe it'll go take this high out at 133. So, it's a couple ways to play that. I probably will not play all of these. I may play one or two, but just in my opinion, that makes sense to get long like every single one of these. Because if you're wrong, then you're gonna be wrong about 7 times, right? So, I wouldn't want to do that. But just going over some that look similar to this. So I like this setup though. Gap up, nice green candlestick. Probably Monday it may continue to go take this um go past 133. Next one is, what is this? ACM research. Have no idea what it is. Just looking at the chart. And it's similar. Look at this hammer candlestick. So this one might be a runner. Like, I have no idea what is this news or what. Um, let's zoom out. Let's go 1 year chart. I have no idea what caused this to do this, but hey, it could go up here, run to these highs at 25, right? That's a possibility. Let's see. There are a couple of ways of playing these. Me, if I was gonna do something like this one or even this one, I'm probably this one I like better than this one, just because this one is a little bit further away from the 9 day than this one is, but both of them can run. This one might get this is one of those where you get something like this where it could gap up, it could be news, it could go crazy, right? So you gotta be careful with those. But selling put spreads, selling puts, I probably would not buy calls. This is Abercrombie and Fitch, A&F gap right here. This one I really like. Um, it's almost like if I could see the triangle in it, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Draw a trend line with call it from right here. Boom. You got something like so and something like that. And so here's your pattern, right? And so I would expect it to hit a little bit of resistance right here at 157, but it could just go right through that, to come back, retest, and then go higher, or hit here, then pull back. That's why something like this, I'd probably play with an option too. Yeah, you're gonna be capping your gains. If you buy this stock, it could go bananas. You can make a lot of money. But if you sold a put spread or a put or something like that, if it pulled back, that wouldn't affect you as much, right? So I like this setup though. Riot, this is a cheap stock, but it's a possibility that you could be getting in at the beginning of something special because you're down here at the bottom. You got a nice gap up. This is a stock probably, if I were trading it, I'd just buy shares. Um, it's cheap. I put it on here because I like the setup, but you're only looking at maybe 75 cents. So 100 shares, $75. It's possible that it can go higher, but I put it on here. The setup is the same. CrowdStrike, I've been talking about CrowdStrike for the past few weeks. We can see the range. I don't have it up here anymore, but I think I may have talked about CrowdStrike on the previous. If I didn't, we're gonna talk about it now. Um, Here you go. You got a little range right here. So go up here, take this high out. That's another $10 away. Is it gonna go up and fill the gap? Uh, you got a crossover down here at the stochastic. If I look at my oscillator, so I mean, it's pointing towards going higher. How much higher? Not sure, but like I said, it's a couple of ways. But I like selling put spreads and stuff like this. That way, if it pulls back on you, you know, you can still, your short strike be down here somewhere, maybe below the trend line. Maybe selling the, show you what I'm talking about. Maybe selling the 270, buying the 260. Only thing about this, guys, is these are $10 wide strikes. They ain't giving you no easy, meaning like generally, instead of $5 wide strikes, these are $10 wide strikes. So they're gonna make you take a little bit more risk to make some money in crowd. Um, Nat and Cloudflare, I really like this one. I'm gonna show you why. If you in the technical analysis, you should have seen it soon. Look at this. So this is another one that I really like. Just like the setup. I trade this. I don't care what the stock is. Look at that. Um, Probably would tighten this up. Maybe to here. And you can see something similar to the rest of them, but with this one, right, it came down here and made almost like a bottom. And that if you look left, you can see this gap up right here. So the beginning of this move was back here in November. It's crazy, right? So last November was the beginning. This is your, your big move up, and then it just kind of like just played or messed around, never came back. So this would have been your 1, 2, 3 in Elliott wave. Fourth wave, you don't know how long they're gonna last. So the fourth wave did not come back into below the beginning of this, or excuse me, at the second. So you got 1, 2, and the two was right ended right here. So it came right here. If I put a Fibonacci extension on, and I just seen this part of it, I seen the part right here where you get the pattern, and the pattern normally takes place in the four. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. And I'm doing this while I'm shooting the video because let's see. Now you see, and so this would have been generally this is the zero. I don't know why I got the zero in there. I'll leave it on there. So that's the zero. That's basically here's the two. So you got 1, 2. You see where it came right here in the middle of the two, right where the gap is that acted as support. And then you got your pattern for your four. You get your breakout here. Now, generally, how it's supposed to go, the fifth wave, if this is the beginning of the fifth wave, which I believe it is, it's supposed to be higher than the third. It should end somewhere up in here, right? This third wave went so far up in this Fibonacci extension that I don't know if we'll get that. And even if we don't, that's fine. You still could get a nice big move up into, anywhere up into here, right? But I do like this. I do like this setup. This might be the best one out of all of them. This one in the video, but I really like this one. So I'll be looking at Cloudflare on Monday. Let's see, when did it have earnings? November 7th. So you got about 30 days, 31 IV rank, optimal for selling options. Yeah, you can come in here and get something done. What's the if you sold a put? If I sold a put, I sell this one. Buying power. And look at that. It's a whole lot of buying power. So you probably be better off doing the spread, sell the 80, buy the 75. That's the one more than likely that I would do if I do anything. Right. Or if you want to get a little bit more risky and collect more, that's probably the better one. Or if you want to be maybe sell the 75, make this a $10 wide. Possible. All right. So let's look at the last one I got for plays of the week is NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. That's crazy work right there. I'm looking to make sure you guys can see the pattern because let me double this up just so you can see this trend line. I want you to be able to see it. I want it to pop so you can see this triangle. This is a great play right here. See this triangle right here up at the top of this pattern? Up at the end of this is I think this is the finishing move for NVIDIA, right? Before we what I think we maybe get a downturn. If it come up here and take these highs out, we may get a down move after that, which man it could be way off in the future, but I'm just saying got this pattern right here, this triangle, and we right here at it. So you might get a little bit of chop here, then boom, we get something. Maybe it'll be earnings that ascended through there, up through there. I don't know, but I like this setup. Same way. If I trade in the video, I'm coming out 40 days. Excuse me, I'm coming out in the November monthly. Maybe what sell the 118 by the 113, something like that. I normally generally uh looking for the 35 delta. Why is it saying sell to 113? I'm just looking at my pop down there. It's only giving me like a 54% pop. That's crazy. Wonder why it's doing that. And I'm going way out. Probably when the market opens up on Monday, because that probability of profit, if I'm selling the 30 delta, buying the 111, that pop down there should be right around um 60, excuse me, 65, 70%. For some reason, let me just do a naked. So let's just sell the 30. It's still saying 54% probability of profit. Either we got some crazy skew going on. Even selling this, it's just saying 68. What if I did a strangle? What I'm doing right now is, so if I that's right, selling at 16, 16, 68% pop. So what I'm doing is I'm putting different trades on and I'm looking at the probability of profit down here in the left corner. As far as I know, um, TastyTrade is the only platform that will do that for you while you're doing trades. So you know what your probabilities are while you're putting the trade on, which is something that I like. I do advise everyone to use TastyTrade. You can use the link down in the show notes, just because of some of the things that they have built into the platform to help you make decent trades. Because look, let's face it, I like to think that I'd be correct on this, right? On my analysis on what the market's gonna do, but I could be wrong, right? And no matter what I think here, like if I never even look at a chart, I could come on here and make a trade that has a high probability of making money just by, even if I do it like an iron condor. Show you. Let's say I'm just gonna sell the expected move, right? 61% pop, 74% of making half of this on this trade. That's without me even looking at anything. Just letting the math um put me in the right place to make a trade. So, there's I like that. So hey guys, hopefully you got something out of that. So maybe I start doing a weekly review to see how I'll lead us one up. Maybe we'll look at it next week. Try to follow up and see what these stocks did for the week. And be safe out there. Be comfortable with your risk. Don't follow me in any of these trades, right? Because remember I told you, I had to put that out there as a disclaimer. I probably, out of the ones that I picked, I may pick one of them and do a little trade in. But I just wanted to go over the setups. The setups are similar. So whichever one I play, I probably play it with a put spread or something like that. All right. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And hopefully you guys have a good week of trading. I'm out. Peace.